Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner. Today we are of course going to do a hug a day, and today's hug is in correspondence with um, Amazon Tammy, Ashley Colors, um, Angie is also participating, several other YouTubers that are participating with a hashtag of HugADaySeptember. This is day one for them, and we are going to color along with them here on my channel as well. So the first hug that they are coloring is this monster hug, and I am going to color the monster hug. So our hug today that we're coloring is the monster hug. So this will be number 13 for us. No, 14 for us. But it is the first hug for the Hug a Day September. So I'm going to switch you over to the close-up camera here so you can see it a little bit better. And we're going to color the big monster in a nice teal green color. I'm not going to put spots on them like Tammy did, but Tammy has already colored hers because of course Tammy is in Australia, so she's a little bit ahead time-wise. So she has already colored hers. So if you want to go over to Amazon Tammy's and take a look at hers, she has all sorts of really good information and all sorts of fun facts about hugs. So definitely go over and check her out. I'm going to sharpen these, get a good sharp point because they're a nice soft pencil. And we're of course doing monster hair, so we need a good point. So I'm going to do all the dark areas with number 1006, Parrot Green. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. I just put out a flip through of a really nice book by Rachel Minsk. So I hope you take a look at that. One thing that I wasn't at the time of the flip through but am now is an affiliate for Rachel Minsk. So there is a coupon code and an affiliate link for any digital downloads that you may want to take a look at. As an affiliate, I do get a percentage paid to me for every purchase. So if you do use that coupon code or the affiliate link, it does go to help support the channel. All right. And of course, my camera is going to pick up the green as gray. Hate that. I don't know how to fix it either, other than get a new camera, and that's just not in the budget right now. So I'm just going through and doing all the really dark areas with Parrot Green. There's a lot of bits of hair. I probably should have just did the coat first and then did the flicks, but I'll do that after I finish this part. And of course I'll go through and I'll make sure that I add any other darker areas. I just love the little guy here. He's so cute. So just making sure I get those shadow areas all covered up with this Parrot Green. And of course I'll go through and use a lighter tealy color as well for his body, and then for any of those other areas that need a little bit darker, I'll go back through and add some more shadow color. But I'm just trying to get that deep shadow area done before I put the top coat on of the lighter color, and then we'll come through with some flicks and do some hair flick. I know Prismas are not the best thing to use for the hair flicks, but it worked out yesterday for our bear, so why not? And like I said, I'm lazy. I had them on my desk, so that's where they're where they're used. I am still coloring the Phoenix picture that I started yesterday. That is what we're going to be coloring today. So that is why the Prismas are still on my desk. There's no point putting them away if we're just going to use them again today. I do have them put away in the pencil holder, but excuse me. I have a frog in my throat this morning. I think I need more coffee. All right, I think we've got most of those really dark areas covered here. A little bit dark on his fingers here. And under his eyes a little bit where his eyelashes are. Alright, so that's our dark color. Now we're going to go in with the light color, which is light green, number 920. And I've got to sharpen it, of course. And my set of Prismas does have a breakage issue, so I'm using my crank sharpener for them. Now this one here, I'm just going to actually just spread it everywhere, and then we're going to put in our hair flicks. So I'm just covering all of his hair. Making him a nice tealy green color. And like I said, we'll go back through and do his hair flicky flicks in another color, making the hair stand out a little bit more. This is just the base coat of the base color. Try not to color his teeth green, although he is a monster. But I like to think that he's a good monster that's setting a good example for his little one, because then he'll be brushing his teeth. So they'll be nice and white. And since he's all huggy here with his little one, I think he is a good monster, giving a good impression. And like I said, if you want a lot of different really good fun facts and information about hugs, make sure you go over to Tammy's coloring of the first hug for hashtag a hug a day September. She has all sorts of good information. She's always just such a fountain of information. Make sure that you go through and find all the hugs for today. They're I want to see them all because everybody's going to do it differently, of course. And those that aren't, they always have a different style or a different way of doing it, different information, and you know, everybody has their own personalities, and it always comes out in their coloring. And all of the people that are participating on YouTube that are listed all have just fantastic personalities to color, and I can't wait to see them all. Of course, make sure that if you are coloring along for the month of September, make sure that you post it in Instagram or on Facebook with the hashtag of a HugADaySeptember. So hashtag HugADaySeptember, so that they can enjoy your colorings as well and join them up with the Hug a Day. Make their hashtag successful, because it's a wonderful, wonderful hashtag. I jumped the gun, and because I thought she had already started it last month, and that's why I ended up starting it as soon as I got the book, because I thought it already started. I jumped the gun, but that's okay, because I'm going to color each and every one of the hugs in this book. But for the month of September, I am going to follow along with the Hug a Day September hashtag and their lineup. So, because I want to color along with them, and I have, just sort of barged my way through. I know, how rude. But I honestly wasn't going to start until they did, but I thought they had already started, so that's why I ended up starting my Hug a Day last month. But that's okay, because I'm going to color them all. Alright, so I'm just putting in a little bit of a shadow area here from his hand, making sure that those dark areas still remain dark after putting the light color over top of them. Alright, now we're going to take this one, which is True Green. We're going to sharpen it. Sharpen, sharpen, sharpen. So it's nice and sharp. And we're going to go through and we're going to do our flicks. And there are some flicks that we want to be a little bit darker. So then we go to our parrot green. Blend that in. I'm just trying to follow the hairlines with all the wild curls this guy has. So many curls. Now I have a of course tomorrow is the first Thursday of the month, so I will be going through and doing the All Things Thursday, and including in those not only the things that I've received this week and bought this week, but also including all the things I colored last month and all the things I want to color this month. Hopefully I'll get to those. Last month I did pretty good. I almost got all the ones I wanted colored this month colored, so. And of course we have a new hashtag this month for the channel, which is Supers in September. And that is a tribute to not only superheroes in the comic book sense, which we are going to actually have a special guest on the channel next week for Work in Progress Wednesday, of a superhero artist that is fairly new to YouTube and needs our support. So we're going to have him on. He's going to show us how to draw some superheroes. And at some point, I would love to have him and his wife on. His wife is also a colorist, and how I found him. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. And it's so cool to watch him draw. Watching anybody draw is so cool because I can't do it. To me, it's just the coolest thing ever to watch a picture start from nothing to fully in life, full of life and dimension and everything else. I can't draw worth squat, so I know I've tried, and I can do a little bit. I can embellish things, but I just don't have the imagination, I guess is the word, to do a full out drawing from start to finish. Other than, cabins and stuff like that. I can draw cabins. I can draw an eyeball. That's about it, though. I can draw an eyeball. I can't draw a person, but I can draw an eyeball. So if you want an eyeball with no face, I can draw that. Only because I learned practicing so that I could teach my son for art class one year. And I'm quite sure if I practiced and practiced and practiced, I could figure it out. I just have no ambition to do that. So I think that's the biggest thing, is I just don't have the ambition to learn how or to figure out how to draw completely. I have so many books and different things from other artists that are absolutely gorgeous, and I'll just add color to them. That I can do. And of course, it just makes it easier to add color to somebody else's work, especially when you don't feel that you're as talented. Okay, I'm going to sharpen this again because it's gotten a little dull, and we still got half his body to do. He's such a good monster. Sometimes I watch people and I just get so enthralled in what they're doing and barely listen to what they say. That's why I like going to live chats, because it gives me a little bit better understanding of what they're saying. I pay more attention to what people are saying if they're talking to me. And I can ask questions. Not that I do, but sometimes I do. Especially if it's a technique or something I've never seen before. I ask questions of Tammy all the time because she's always doing something cool. She has the coolest techniques and comes up with the greatest ideas. Like the Hug a Day. Her and Ashley and whoever came up with this idea. And I do believe Shell's involved in it too. Shell Artie. Not absolutely positive on that, but I'm pretty sure. Hold on a sec, let me check. And I'm not even on screen, so there we go. Let me check. Let me check. Yes, there's Amazon Tammy, Shell Artie, Ashley, and Angie Clarkson. So those are the four main people that started it. I just budged my way through. I just threw myself in the mix there. I know. But I wanted to color along with it because, yeah, it's cute and it's a wonderful idea. It is 100% their hashtag, so that's what we're going to follow this month, is their hashtag choices for the monsters for September. And like I said, it was completely accidental that I started coloring the hugs beforehand, because I thought they had already started. And I thought I had seen somebody else color in the hugs. I'm pretty sure somebody else is colored in the hugs. I think it was Tanya, but I'm not positive. I'd have to find the video again. It's either Tanya or Shannon. But like I said, not positive. I would have to find the video again. Alright, now I'm going to take the darker color and we're just going to darken up a couple of areas here. And just add a couple of dark hairs. Trying to keep that pencil sharp. Get down in between his toesy woesies. And down here. And across here. Alright. It's amazing how much detail is in these little tiny pictures. You think, oh, this one's pretty simple. And then you've got all these hair details, which is fine. I like it. I'm just always amazed of how much art and how much detail the artist was able to get into such a small area. Alright, now we're just going to go over it again with the lighter color. Just brighten everything up, blend it all together. And this one is light green. We did use light green, parrot green, and true green. And we're just going to blend it all together, making him a very tealy kind of green monster. And I am using Prismas because, like I said, they were on my desk and I'm lazy. They're already there, might as well use them, right? That was my thought on it anyway. And you know what I did? Oh no, I completely forgot to move this. So hopefully I haven't ruined that other picture because that's tomorrow's picture. And of course we'll work with it. If it's ruined, we'll try to fix it. And now we're just, like I said, we're just concentrating on the big monster here. Make sure that we get him all colored up. And then we'll do the little monster. We've still got the little monster to do. I'm going to have to sharpen this pencil. I think it's a little dull. But with doing block coloring like this, it's kind of alright for it to be a little dull. Just making sure I get into those little areas that look a little too white. Blending everything together. I'm going to take this and put a little bit more dark green here. A little bit more of that parrot green there. And then we're going to blend it in. I think we need a little bit more of this green up here in his curls. And just a touch of this darker color. That's the great thing about colored pencils, is you can just add and add and add until it's enough. Sometimes the paper doesn't allow too much, but This paper does seem to be working quite well with these prismas, so just going to finish that in. Blend that in there. So my husband is currently out at the doctor's office to get his COVID test. So hopefully it will come back negative, because I really just don't want it to be positive. He's not feeling horrible today or yesterday, so I think he just had a little bit of a stomach bug or a slight cold or something that gave him a fever. But to be on the safe side and to be, because of the day and age we're in, you gotta go in and get it checked and make sure, because that can make other people very, very ill, and you can spread it to people that you don't want to get it. If you actually take the time and have the test done and do your quarantine and everything, you're absolutely guaranteed that you're not going to be the cause of somebody else's illness if somebody else around you gets it, unless it's in your house, and that is all your fault. But without doing the testing, without doing the quarantine, then you're just basically asking for trouble, especially if you have symptoms and you're not sure. So if you have symptoms and you're not sure if you have the disease, just go in and see your doctor. Do the smart thing, do the right thing, and protect yourself and everyone else. That's the main thing, is just protect everyone else as well as yourself. Too many people go, oh, it's just a cold, and then they end up really sick and in the hospital, because it's not just a cold. Alright, so there is our main monster. He's a wonderful green monster. And I've got a little area here that looks like it has a little bit too much white. Alright. Now for the baby monster, we're going to do her purple. So we've got grade lavender, which is going to be our base coat. So we're going to coat her in the grade lavender. I'm just going to cover everything in this nice light lavender color. Because she is so small and such a small part of the picture, it's okay to do this first. And it was okay if I did him first too, that way. It's sometimes it's better to do your dark first and then go over it with a light color. But a lot of people usually build up their colors from light to dark. So we've gone from dark to light on him, and we're going to go from light to dark on her. So I'm just sharpening up these two other colors here. So we have lavender as well as lilac, I think. Yeah, lilac. So we're going to take the lavender and we're going to do her flicks. Try not to break the pencils. Not getting too deep into those dark areas because I'm going to use the lilac there. Alright. And hopefully I'll be done before the end of the morning. Alright, so there's our lilac, or our lavender. Now we're going to go in to the darker areas and break the lilac with the lilac. So her darker areas of her hair, around her eyes, in her little ear, and around her edges where Dad's arm is, given that shadow. We're going to do with that deeper lilac color. Still very, very pale kind of purple colors, but dark enough that you can definitely tell their dimension. Okay, just going to go around this eye. And then we're going to take the grayed lavender again, and we're just going to gently blend that all together. This part was the quick, simple part. She's so tiny compared to him. Babies are so cute. Even baby monsters. And we're just going to put in a little bit more of this, especially around this eye here. Make sure we get her curls. Alright, now we're going to take our white and we're going to do her little tooth, and then we're going to do his teeth. And his little toes, little toenails that are sticking out in some spots. There we go. And then we're going to take a little bit of, I think it's this one. Yeah. So this is dioxazine purple hue, and we're going to put in a floor. It's just very loose at the bottom of the page. And then we're going to take a deeper color I think this one. India Athrone Blue. And we're just going to put in a bit of a shadow there. Under between his hairs. And there we have him. Alright, so we're going to switch over to the main camera here so you can see our wonderful, wonderful monster hug. And I'm going to find my pen. So this is the monster hug. Of course, this is 100 Hugs by Chris Riddell. And our monster hug is September 1st. And this is hug number 14 for us, but number 1 for the hashtag HugADaySeptember. Make sure I'm saying that right. So HugADaySeptember. So this is day 1 for HugADaySeptember. Alright guys, I would like to say thank you all very much for watching. I'm going to go through the hugs and then we are going to call it a day. So let's see. I gotta find all the hugs I've done. Alright, I think we've got to there. So today's hug for HugADaySeptember was our monster hug. Yesterday's hug was this wonderful black bear hug with his dolly. And then we have our bug hug, because who doesn't need a bug hug? And then the day before that, nope, not that one yet, was a wonderful mama bear hug. And then we have our unicorn hug. Just love the rainbow unicorn. I think she's so pretty. And then we have our lady and gentleman hug. And then we have our little girl with nature hug, hugging a deer. And then we have our fishy hug. And with our fishy hug is a saying by William Shakespeare of words are easy like the wind, faithful friends are hard to find. And then we have our cousin It hug and a wonderful flamingo hug. And then we have our panda bear hug. And then we have our daddy hug. And then we have our owl kitty hug. And our owl kitty hug is one word frees us of all the weight and pain of life. That word is love. And then of course we have our starting hug, which is the cover page for 100 Hugs by Chris Riddell. And of course this is a children's book. This is not an actual coloring book. So the paper in this book is a little different. So be careful with the pages and be careful with the paper. As you can see, my pages are starting to come out because of the flipping around of pages. This is going to be our hug for tomorrow. I'm going to go through and take an eraser and erase all around it so that I can remove the panda from it, because I forgot to put the page in between. Make sure that you put a page in between your hugs as you're coloring them so that you don't end up with a transference of color from one page to another. This is a wonderful little bookmark that Tammy made me for to be colored, and I have it set for our hug tomorrow to be colored. Thank you again, Tammy, for all of those wonderful little things that you sent. I really do appreciate them all. They're just absolutely wonderful. All right, guys. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this wonderful hug and the first hug for HugADaySeptember hashtag. Thank you, Tammy, Shell, Ashley, and Angie for starting this wonderful hashtag. I appreciate it. and I appreciate you all. Until next time, remember to relax, color, and stay safe. Bye-bye for now.